Hello, everybody. It's been a long time since last you saw me on my channel. I wasn't really sure where my channel was going, so I took a break and been sorting my life out. Really, my life has changed quite a lot, which is what we're going to talk about today. So, just to remind everybody of who I am, my name is George Goodenough. I live in the southwest of England in a little town called Bridgewater in Somerset, which is halfway between Exeter and Bristol in England. And I am 60 years of age, and I am a former type 2 diabetic, and I was morbidly obese. However, I managed to sort that out. Just to remind you, everybody, of what that looked like. If we look there, we're upside down. If we look there, yeah, that's me in August of 2019 versus me in August of 2025. So that is 293 pounds down to 170. So yeah, it's been a great success on Carnivore. My healing is pretty much done, but there are plenty of other people out there who are going to need some help. So yeah, I've decided to reinstigate my channel. It's going to be a 1 day a week affair. And I've got to thank one of my subscribers, Kazza G, for kind of giving me the right direction, because he was asking me about the meetups, which I've been mentioning on the channel before. And I've realised now that maybe my role within the community, I've given up on trying to become a YouTube millionaire. I've really sort of put the idea of coaching professionally on hold. However, the coaching skills that I have been taught, I do feel I can use in the carnivore world, because my role is to educate, to encourage, to empower, to motivate, to inspire, and to organise. And really, it's that organisational skill and the motivational skill which I'm going to be focusing on from now on. If you look over my shoulder on the black television screen, you'll see my Kilts Health Coaching Certificate. So I am trained by Dr. Kilts and Dr. Nelson. And it's really Dr. Kilts who has inspired me to really change my mindset and have a look at what I can do within the community. And I've realised that basically I do not have a financial future probably within the community. However, I do have a role as a passion project, and that is what I intend to take up. So to that end, I have returned to my job in construction, and I'm working Monday to Friday, 13-hour days. The money is good, which is necessary for me because I still have a mortgage to maintain with my wife, Lainey. And I do have some great plans for the future for this year, not least of which is I will have to have 2 days off in June for the Great British Meetup. And I have many American friends coming over for that. So I will have to have the money for that, but I will have accrued some holiday money. And also later on this year, I intend to return to America, to the US of A. So I'm going to need a considerable amount of money for that, especially as Lainey is planning on coming with me. There will be a lot looking down at my notes today, because I do have quite a long one take wonder to deliver to you today. So apologies for all the R's and everything else, but I'm not yet technologically savvy enough to do the edit. So yeah, so my week now, so working 60 hours a week in construction, it means I've had to cut back quite a lot on my YouTube activity. So I can't do anything beyond midnight here in the UK, because I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, which means apologies to Bob Angle and Carnivore Talk, and especially to Russ Mitchell and Keto Cookout, because that was my favourite light-hearted program of the week, where we learn nothing and we just have fun. But I can't appear on those anymore, but I'm sure you guys will take care of it for me in my absence. So what is my weekly schedule? I do have a weekly schedule now, and that is Mondays I work 6:30 in the morning. I'm up at 5. I work 6:30 in the morning till 6:30 at night. So I'm out of the house from 6 a.m. till 7 p.m. And on Mondays I come home and do what I've got to do, relax and that sort of thing. And then at 10:30 in the evening, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, you will find me on the KMT Zoom call with Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Nelson, and Alia, and the rest of the KMT who attend that Zoom call. That's quite an important one for me because that is the weekly catch-up on Zoom with everybody from the KMT. On Tuesdays, same routine, up at 5 and then home at 7. So that is, I'm out of the house for 13 hours. Tuesday nights, if I can, I'll have an early night. I don't tend to go on the Zoom calls later on because I do need to have some sleep at some stage of the game, because otherwise I'll be living on 5 hours sleep a night. Even I, as a carnivore, I can't really manage that amount of sleep, or that little sleep, I should say. Wednesday, same routine. And then for the next few weeks, I have an 8 p.m. Zoom call with Dr. Nelson, because I'm doing the second cohort of the coaching course as a backup to the first one, which they very kindly invited us, all of us who did the first cohort, to return, just to confirm our knowledge and as a thank you for helping them to set up the actual coaching course itself. Thursdays, same routine. And then I tend to try to get some sleep as soon as I come home on Thursday evenings, because I need to go on to the healinghumanity.life Inspire Together call at 11 o'clock with Lynn, Kerry, Adam, and the team. So, and then I'm in bed by 12:30, but up again at 5. So it is quite a long day. Fridays, I'm again the same routine, but in the evenings, that is my evening off, unless there is a live going out, as there was indeed last night, because this is Saturday. And Coach Juliet was hosting my great friend Alia English, who is a fantastic young lady and author and a great carnivore. So I made a point of watching that. Right, now, Saturdays have changed. This week, I had to make a tough decision. As everybody, well, not everybody, but many of you know, I was very much heavily involved with the horse racing game. I've realised that something had to give, because I do not have time anymore. So I have made the tough decision to retire from horse racing altogether. Hence, I will not be watching horse racing on Saturdays anymore. I will not be giving any input into the horse racing world. I'll still be aware of it, because I've got friends there who will keep me up to date, but I will not be following it closely myself. So now I can announce that I'm 100% Team Carnivore. More of my work will be based around carnivore outside of my construction work. And I'm very proud and it's kind of liberating to have to make that decision, because it's a weight off my shoulders, because I was too exhausted to do both. And carnivore was going to win every time, because at the end of the day, we are on a mission to heal humanity. So that had to be more important. Horse racing is a frivolous pastime compared to that. So then on Sundays, it's a day of shopping, of administration, of getting myself ready to go back to work on Monday morning. Also, Lainey and myself like to do something on a Sunday between the shopping trips and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why 3 o'clock? Because that's when our great friend Dr. Robert Kiltz comes on with his weekly address to the nation, or address to the carnivore world. And that's always great fun, and I don't like to miss that one. Then at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, or 6 p.m. my time, you will find me on Carnivore Sunday School with the lovely Stephanie, John Laspina, who is the Carnivore Sunday School head teacher, and then myself, who hangs around in the background making comments and trying to make a few jokes here and there. But it's great fun, and we have one guest each week, and I'm delighted to say that is going to be rocking coach Amy this week, and who's a great friend of ours. So that's going to be a fun one. And then to wrap up my carnivore week, I go on with Nikki, Miss Lafalot, on Club Carnivore at 8 o'clock. Last week we had a bit of a disaster, because I was on there but had to leave in a hurry, because unfortunately Lainey fell in the kitchen where her foot had gone dead and she actually sprained her ankle. She, being a carnivore as she is, she's recovered very quickly, but it meant I had to leave Club Carnivore unannounced suddenly and go and do a bit of first aid. But I'm happy to say she's much recovered. She also had a cold this week, but that seems to be drying up very quickly. It's incredible, the healing power of carnivore, whether it be in acutely inflamed tissue, such as a sprained ankle, or whether it be fighting off virus or bacterial infections. So it's just another lesson this week that we've learned about that. Okay, so now I want to move on to something that I've one of the most amazing non-scale victory carnivore events, or carnivore benefits that I've received. Now I'm doing Lion Diet this month, along with many of the coaches from the Kilt Health Organisation, and I've been feeling incredibly happy. I told Alia that it was IHS, irritatingly happy syndrome, because everybody is supposed to be miserable and have the January blues in January. However, I don't, and it's kind of when everybody's saying, "Oh, it's so cold and wet outside," and the credit card bills are coming in from, I'm saying I feel great. I am top of the world, which is unusual for January, because there is the seasonally affected disorder, which is the January blues, the post-Christmas blues. And I was thinking it was just Lion Diet, but it's not, because I've worked out that just before Christmas, I made a new friend in the carnivore world, a most incredible lady from Ohio. Her name is Barbara. She's 65 years old, and her website, not her website, her YouTube is Grandma's Crochet Corner, all one word, and corner has a K. Grandma's Crochet Corner. Now, she has a remarkable story of healing herself. She was inspired by our friends Kerry and Bill Knott in Alaska. And she herself has gone from being housebound and in a state of permanent anxiety to actually losing 120 pounds, and is walking again outside and is increasing it on a regular basis. That's not the most remarkable thing about her story, though. Well, that is incredible. She has mastered the art of an AI site called Suno, and she is producing music, incredible music. She is the carnivore songwriter, and I've been working with her, and I quite like that sort of thing. So we've been working together quite closely, and I've been prompting her with some ideas for music, and I'm very, very proud to say that she has done exactly that. I discovered her when she brought out the Healing Humanity song, which I passed on to Kerry. And just this morning, we did a bit of work together on a comedy song called the Carnivore Olympics, which has gone up on her channel. And if anybody, please go and A, subscribe to her channel, and B, have a look at her music, because it is absolutely amazing. It really is. Yeah, so that's my story of Barbara. What it is at 5 o'clock every morning when I awake, she is coming to the end of her nightly live broadcast. So I'm able to spend an hour or so with Barbara, just chatting away in chat, chucking ideas around, and often she'll go and make some music based on our chats. She has become one of my best friends in the carnivore world, in this community, wonderful community of ours. I absolutely adore Barbara, and I hope we can really do some work together. Now, there is a crazy idea out there, which I have told Dr. Kiltz about, and he has taken it on board, and that's that we have the possibility of a Broadway musical, the Carnivore the Musical, and he has the ability, he has the connections, he has the thrust and the drive to make it happen. A bit of Kilt's magic, as he would call it. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying it's likely to happen. All I'm saying is it's not an impossibility when Dr. Kiltz takes on a project. So watch this space. You just never know with Dr. Kiltz. Right, so the other major project that I'm taking on, as I think many of you know, it is my ambition to unify the global community, the global carnivore community, and to forward our cause around the world, because we have to get rid of the lies, the myths, and the malice, basically, because there's an awful lot of money involved in keeping us sick and unwell. Mainstream media, big pharma, big food. This is what we're up against. So I decided off the back of when Dr. Kiltz came over to the UK, that we really could do with a group of people, in this case a WhatsApp group, of real go-getters and dynamic people in the carnivore world who often have their own channels, and from all around the world, from all the main countries in the world. We started off with the UK and the US of A, which is logical because that's probably where we are. But there's also Canada, there's also Australia, New Zealand, and the Republic of South Africa. Now, this group, which we have established of people who really have dynamism, who really want to help, is 14 people strong. We call ourselves the Global Meters, MEATERS, of course. And I'm just going to go through who we are, give a little biography on each person, and also how you can find them. Because what we are doing is we are going to be giving ideas for interviews, doing interviews on each other's channels. But our primary purpose, our primary mission, is to encourage international travel to meetups, exchange of cultural ideas in our carnivore world, because it's very important that we from the UK visit you in the USA, as I did last year, and that you from the USA come and visit us over here in the UK, as Kerry has done in the past, as the wonderful Angela Lero continuously does, and Dr. Kiltz has been over twice as well. So it is possible. It's just thinking outside the box. Maybe instead of having that beach holiday every year, you actually go and do a meetup. If you're in the UK, fly out to the United States, where there are dozens of meetups every year, nearly every weekend. Pick and choose them. So I'm going to give you a brief rundown, or I'll try and keep it brief. I think this is going to be quite a long one-take wonder. But so the Global Meters UK, the following 9 characters are involved in it. First one being me. My channel is Good Enough For You, which can be found at Good Enough For You, which is with the figure 4 in the middle. And then alongside me, we have Carl, who is the Primal Lifestyle, at the Primal Lifestyle. Now, Carl is the driving force behind all meetups here in the UK. He and I took on the project of setting up the first one in the UK, but he's taken it to a stage beyond. Whilst I have switched my role really to organising the international community, Carl is very much in organising the UK community through the medium of the meetup. So here's the go-to channel to find out news of UK meetups. So if you've got any questions about the UK meetups, here's a good starting point. Now, on this channel, on this WhatsApp group we have, if anybody can't answer the question, then we can put it out to the world to answer the question anyway. So there will be, somebody will find the answer to your question. And that's the reason why we have this group. A lot of knowledge, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of dynamism. Then we move on to Lee, the Kent Carnivore. Lee is well known, very well known. He has a huge channel and he is a real inspiration around the world. He is on this group. And so basically, if you go to Lee, he can answer your questions. He does listen to everybody and he will no doubt answer them. And then we have Lauren Tucker, formerly Farmer's Wife Farming Life, but she has recently relaunched herself into the carnivore community, which is very, very interesting. So her channel is Regain Your Health with Lauren Tucker, or otherwise at Regain Your Health, all one word. Now she is working very closely with Richard Smith Keto Pro, so that, and also with Dr. Abs as well. So that Lauren has some very good connections outside of our group. And so if you've got any questions about the Richard Smith, then Lauren is the person to contact via her channel at Regain Your Health. Okay, so that's Lauren. We have Stephanie Taylor, the wonderful Stephanie Taylor, at Happy Sexy Health. Stephanie is a cancer sufferer, and she's fighting cancer and chemo with carnivore. Although she is no longer on chemo, but she is fighting cancer with carnivore. She is also under the care of the wonderful Dr. Sophia Clements on the paleo ketogenic diet in Hungary, although Stephanie is working remotely with Dr. Sophia. So she has a fascinating story herself. She is also my colleague on Carnivore Sunday School. So again, she is contactable via Happy Sexy Health. Next, we move on to Lydia. Lydia is, I don't believe, has her own channel. However, she is active on Facebook and she does a lot of work with the lady carnivores on Facebook. But she has her own farm, a small beef farm in Kent, in England, which is not far from Heathrow and London. And she lives a mere 5 minutes away from Leeds, Kent Carnivore. Now, she has a wonderful building, a barn, which is a multi-purpose. It can seat 100 people. It has no windows. It has garage-type doors, which can be raised and lowered. And that can be turned into a cinema. And we are thinking possibly about having the UK premiere of Healing Humanity, the movie there. I've run the idea past Kerry, and hasn't said that he's averse to it, but he's thinking about it. But he does want Lee to be the main British guest or the main British host on that day. And Leo lives only 5 minutes away from Lydia. So that is really, really convenient. Lydia also will be hosting meetups, as we will come to later. But she was also talking about turning it into a carnivore retreat. On some of her grazing land, she will turn that into a camping area. And people from the carnivore world can go and holiday there in a carnivore-friendly environment. There are superb barbecue facilities there and good toilet facilities as well. So it's I think that is an exciting project for the future with Lydia. Next, we have my wife, Lainey. Lainey does not have her own channel, but she is active on Facebook under Lainey Bridges, for that was her first married name. So if you want to go and find Lainey on Facebook, please do. Her story is one of cancer as well, and she is active on Facebook in many cancer groups. She is pushing the work of Otto Warburg and Thomas Seyfried, Professor Thomas Seyfried, for she is full carnivore now and has got her energy back. She is still not out of the woods yet. However, she is living a life to the full of energy, and very keen to push the carnivore message, and especially the cancer and carnivore message, or the carnivore and cancer message. So Lainey is doing fine work in the background. She really is. And next we have the fabulous Duncan Smart. He is an international triathlete who went carnivore fairly late in life, but now has qualified for the Great British Triathlete team at his age group. He is 57, I believe, going on 58. And he is also a retired mathematics teacher, and he has written an excellent book, a copy of which I have here, which is called Carnivore the Manual. So you can go and find that on Amazon and get hold of it. And Duncan also is on our group because he is incredibly energetic, being an athlete, incredibly dynamic and incredibly keen. And also he's a retired teacher. So take away his commitments to the athletics world, and he does have some time on his hands. Last but not least, in fact, maybe she should come first, is the incredible Louise Benning. Now, Louise is living in Andover in England. However, she originates from South Africa, I believe Pretoria. She's the Strong Carnivoress on YouTube, at the Strong Carnivoress, all one word. But Louise's role in the community is massive, for she is an ambassador on two fronts. She is an ambassador to the Noakes Foundation over in South Africa. So we have the South African connection. So we have that global influence again, which is wonderful. We have the global presence anyway. And she is also an ambassador to the public health collaboration here in the UK, the PHC, and that has an annual conference. Louise is a conference specialist. If she has a hobby at all, I suspect it is attending conferences. But she also is fortunate enough to have her own carnivore doctor, and she does go and give talks at their practice, their clinic. So she's an influencer in many, many ways. And Louise is absolutely fabulous. She did me a big favour at the British meetup last year, because I did get a bit stressed I wasn't happy with the way the day was going. But she came out physically and metaphorically, put an arm around me and said, Hey, George, man up, man. I've seen things go a lot worse than this. Nobody's noticing that the day isn't going exactly as you want it to. So just man up and get back in there and re-engage, which is what I did. So thank you very much to Louise for that, the strong carnivoress. That rounds up the UK global meters, but we will move on now to our great friends and our great colleagues over in the US of A, of whom there are 5 currently. The first one, with perhaps the most influence, is Alia from the Kilt's Mighty Tribe. She is Dr. Kilt's, I believe, podcast manager. Many of you will be familiar with her because she daily helps host the Kilt's 6 a.m. meetup, 11 a.m. here in my time. And Alia basically is responsible for looking after the interests of Dr. Kilt's, booking him all his travel, arranging his schedule for him. Excuse me. Dry throat. And basically making sure that he gets where he's supposed to be, that he's getting picked up from the airport, like I did for him on December the 8th over here in the UK, and just making sure that he behaves himself and he gets back to where he's supposed to be. So Alia is at Alia Wells. That is her channel. You can contact her on that, but it's probably easier just to join the KMT on Mighty Tribe app, and then you will have direct contact with Alia and with Dr. Kilt's, Dr. Nelson, myself, and any other members of the KMT. So if you've got any questions for anything to do with the Kilt's Mighty Tribe, just join the KMT. It's easiest. Moving on, we have Juliet, Coach Juliet Edens from Missouri. She, like me, is a Kilt's health coach. She does have clients. She is active. And she is also studying under Ken Berry for the PhD course, the Proper Human Diet course. Very clever play on letters there. Which is a lot more detailed, I think, than the Kilt's Health course because it's much more expensive and lasts for 6 months, and it's a lot of hard work. Juliet has her own fantastic channel. She is coming over to the UK in the summer. I'm very much looking forward to hosting her birthday party. I won't tell you exactly what date it was and what age she is, but yeah, she's a fantastic coach. Her channel has really taken off. She's up to around 10,000 subscribers now, and she has burst onto the scene of the carnivore world, and it's my privilege to know her and to call her friend. We have the incredible Angela Lero from LA. She is everywhere. I lose contact with exactly how many organizations she's involved with, but her channel is at Meat-Based Medium. I know that she's personal friends with Kerry and with Dr. Kilt's and has cooked with them both. And she has an incredible story. She is only 40 or 41 years of age, I can't remember. But she actually was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 28, had a mastectomy, and then had Lyme's disease and was suffering from mold syndrome, I believe, the building syndrome. But she has bounced back and is on full form again now and travels the world spreading the word of carnivore. I know yesterday she was in Gatlinburg in Tennessee with Scott Everson looking at the making plans for meat stock for 2026. And alongside Angela yesterday was one of the newer members of our group. In fact, she joined yesterday. And that is Barb, No Carb Barb, who is at No Carb Barb, all one word as usual. And she produces a YouTube regular feature called the Carnivore Vortex. Clever play on words. I was able to speak to Barb last night on WhatsApp for about half an hour, and we had a great chat. And she has very kindly agreed to come and join us because she is incredibly active and incredibly dynamic within the carnivore world, the carnivore community. She gets to meetups. She's based in Tennessee, but is more than willing to travel. Last, and again not least, is Amy. Amy is a very good friend of mine from Mishawaka in Indiana. And her channel, she's known under 2 names. Rockin' Coach Amy is the headline name of her channel, but she is at Keto Rockstars. And she does a lot. She has interviewed myself and Lainey. She does a lot of interviews, and she has a regular Sunday evening 7 p.m. Eastern feature. I can't make it anymore because that's midnight my time. And I really miss going on the lives with Amy because she's very, very good. She is also the inventor of the Carnivore Avengers, again using Suno AI developed characters. For example, Lainey is Wonder One-Boob Woman on it. I am the Capt Crusader. Rick Rodriguez is Duckman with his sidekick Swamp Cat, who is his cat Milton. And there are various others as well. Dr. Kilks himself is the Plant Punisher. Amy is Baker Woman, I think. And there are just so many that I've lost count now. So welcome to Amy on that group. And we're really looking forward to it. So that is the group that we have set up of international movers and shakers. There are 14 of us. I'm thinking there might be space for a few more because I would like to get somebody from Canada. And No Carb Barb says that she does have a suitable candidate. And we will be working on that. I would love to get somebody from Australia. I'm going to have a chat with DC tomorrow, DC Rebuilding from Queensland, to see if we can find somebody. Not sure yet. And also, New Zealand is a possibility. I'm not exactly friends with Bart Kay, but we know who each other are. Amazed the other day because I went in to chat on his channel under my name, Good Enough For You, and he said, "Hey, George is here. We don't usually see George on my channel. It's nice to see you, mate." So yes, he does know who I am. We're not exactly friends, but I can speak to Bart if necessary. So yeah, that's a possibility. Okay, so that concludes that section of this particular long one take wonder, and there are a couple more still to go. But what I want to move on to now is really what Kaza G was asking me about, and that is the meetups, the details of the meetups here in the UK in the summer that I know of. Although there is a distinct possibility that the Ancestral Health Festival in the northwest of England might happen again this year as well. And it's entirely possible that other people might organise events of which I am unaware. However, there are two that I'm aware of. One is in June, and it is the Great British Meetup. It's on Friday, June the 12th. That will be the pre-meetup from 5 p.m. onwards until closing time. And that is going to be open to the public because it's going to be on a Sourdown farm, which describes itself as a community hub. So we will be sharing it with the members of the public, but I'm hoping and I'm fairly confident that I can get the meetup caterer, Ashley Morn of the Happy Hog Roast, to come and do one of his hog roasts. So we will be able to eat there in the evening. Unless you want to turn up fully fed already, just in case. It will be potluck. Hopefully there will be enough to go round. I will try and push that idea into Ashley's head. That is the idea, that we have dinner, or we have a meet-up the night before the meet-up, which will happen on Saturday, June the 13th. And that will take the form more of a conference this year than it did last year, because we have so many great speakers and visitors who are joining us. One of the primary speakers will be Jonathan Griffiths, Carnivore Muscle, who I know will be watching this. Jonathan lives about an hour and a half away from me here in the UK. We have become great friends since last year when we first met at the August meetup, the Great British Meetup. And he is an incredibly knowledgeable guy about the human physiology, and he translates that into his bodybuilding exercises. So when it comes to gym work and that sort of thing, and when it comes to physiology, Jonathan is your go-to man, and he will be there to give a speech and to also to talk to people, because he's very sociable and likes to talk to people as well. So yeah, he will be one of the headline speakers, because we've got so many headline speakers it's hard to keep up. Also, there will be Angela Lero, who I've already mentioned, who is on our WhatsApp group. She is coming over and she will be delivering a speech. She is meat-based medium, so that's how you can contact her. She's a very, very good public speaker as well. I've seen her in action on several times. I've interviewed her myself on Carnivore Sunday School. We will also be having Richard Smith, Keto Pro. We have a good access to Richard, because Lauren is on our group, and Lauren and Richard have now started working very closely together. So we are fortunate in that respect. And he is probably the world's best nutritionist. What he doesn't know about the human physiology isn't worth knowing, frankly. Also, we will have, last but not least, on these 4 confirmed speakers, we have the incredible Dr. Kiltz, who is flying over, spending 3 nights in my local hotel. I will be taking good care of him. He will be taking good care of all of us, as he always does. And Juliet's coming over with her husband Doug. Angela will be staying at the same hotel, and probably Mark Coldwell from Atlanta, Georgia, will be coming over as well. So we'll have a strong American contingent there, with the remote possibility of Dr. Nelson, because he is thinking about it, as is Alia and her family, Cesar, her husband, and her children. They too are thinking about it. And maybe there will be other Americans who decide to come over off the back of the fact that Dr. Kiltz and Juliet are coming over. You never know. It's entirely possible. The details of that will come out later, the timings. However, I can tell you that the hog roast will be there, along with the Carnivore burger, which is a burger which Ashley, the caterer, has developed for us. It's a 7 to 8 ounce burger, which is pure salt, fat, and good quality ground beef, minced beef in the UK. We did it last year, but because he used only the quality lean beef, it was a bit too dry. So what he's doing this year is adding beef fat, beef dripping, tallow to the mix. So it will be a much juicier burger this year than it was last year. You live and you learn. Right, so now, pens at the ready. Okay, I'm going to go through the details of when and where to find us. So, you will find us at Sourdown Farm, Sourdown, all one word, farm. And the address is Sub Road, Butleigh, Butleigh, Glastonbury, in the county of Somerset in England, UK. And the postcode, which is roughly the same as the American zip code, is Bravo Alpha 6 8 Tango Quebec. So if you put that into the map system on your interweb, then you will be able to find it. Now the timings, Friday the 12th of June, 5 p.m. Sourdown will open to the public, and we will gather there, make our own little carnivore group, and everybody will be introduced. I can confirm that all of my American friends will be there, so you'll get the chance to meet Dr. Kiltz in person and our various other American contingent as well. I think nearly all of I think all of the committee will be there, if we can possibly help make it, which will include Carl Day, Lauren Tucker, myself, the Taylor sisters, Stephanie and Nikki. And I imagine Lainey will be there as well, but and also Louise from the committee. So yes, I'd imagine Louise might have to come on the Saturday, but there will be a significant contingent from the committee there on the Friday evening to meet and greet and to tell you all about it. Saturday morning, we will open probably fairly early. Not sure of the exact timing as yet. We will be speaking in a marquee this year because the barn isn't big enough to hold the hopefully 200 people that we anticipate. So we will hire in a big screen and a stage, and it will be in the big marquee. So we're really looking forward to that. Then there will be a slightly longer lunch than last year because we're going to make sure we get at least an hour and a half for lunch so that everybody can mingle. There will be an afternoon session, probably finished by Dr. Kiltz because he likes to finish. And then there will be a social in the evening. I am working on getting a big screen and getting the music of Barbara, the carnival music, up as the entertainment versus the disco, because she is doing some dance numbers, such as Milton the Cat, such as the Carnival March for Freedom, such as the Carnivore Olympics, which is great fun. And I'm sure that nearer the time, if we ask her very nicely, she will put a bit of carnival rock and roll into the system as well. So that's the plan for my plan for the evening. I've yet to have it ratified. And it's entirely possible that we might have a live band at lunchtime to play for the hour and a half. There are 2 excellent English carnival musicians out there, one of whom won't be able to make it, Chris Lloyd. Hi, Chris. He will be touring with his own band, which is an Eagles tribute band. Frustratingly, he will be performing only 12 miles away from, no more than 20 miles away from us on a Friday night. However, he does have to travel back up north on the Saturday. Also, I'm in contact with a guy called Tommy Blackwood, who has been on Kilts. He has a band called Aureate Flair. He is a carnival musician, and he has written an incredible song called The Holy Ruminant. So if you want to go on YouTube, look up Aureate Flair, which is Aureate, Flair, Flare. You'll find The Holy Ruminant. It's hilarious. It's a really good song. And I'm going to cough again, excuse me. Yeah, it's been a long one. We're up to 40 minutes already for a one-take wonder. And I'm getting near the end now. So the other meetup with which I am not actually directly involved, however, I have confirmed my attendance, will be on Saturday, the 4th of July, Independence Day for the Americans. I expect most of our American contingent will be safely back in the United States to celebrate Independence Day. However, this will be held at Lydia's farm, just off the M25, an hour and a bit from Heathrow, very near Lee. And it will be a one-day event on Saturday, the 4th of July. And the address is as follows. So pens and papers at the ready, guys. 3, 2, 1. Girdle Bridge Farm. Girdle is Girdle, as in a lady's girdle. Then Bridge Farm. It is on the Shoreham Road, and it is near the town of Ainsford, Eynsford, which is near the town of Dartford in Kent, in England, again in the UK. And the zip code, is Delta Alpha 40 Hotel X-Ray. Now, I know that there are speakers planned, but I am not in a position to, because I'm not directly involved, I'm not in a position to actually name those speakers. So if you need to know any more details about this event, then the principal organisers are Lydia, who does not have her own channel, but Carl at the Primal Lifestyle will be your point of call, because he is the main drive behind it. He will be organising the tickets and everything else and the speakers. So yeah, please do contact Carl at the Primal Lifestyle. He will be delighted to hear from you. Okay, so we're getting near the end now, folks. Have I got anything else? Yes, I have. What I want to do is, because of our international cooperation, I want to flag up the international meetups that people might have a chance to go to. For example, Kerry and Healing Humanity are hosting one in San Diego, in SoCal, Southern California, this weekend. Too late for any of us to get there now. But that's an example of what I want to bring up. But what I can tell you is on the 6th and the 7th of February next month, Dr. Kilts and the Kilts Health team are hosting one in Tampa Bay, Florida, which is where Hack Your Health, I think, has moved to semi-permanently. The idea there is very similar to our British meetup. There will be a dinner the night before at Dr. Kilts' house in Florida. And then there will be a full-blown conference the next day, a Kilts Health conference the next day with speakers and everything like that. My understanding is that if you wish to go to the dinner and the conference, so the evening before and the conference, then the tickets are $250, $250. And then if you just wish to go to the one-day event, I believe it's $150. But again, check with Alia, see above, or on the KMT, and you can find those things out. Now, there are going to be a lot of events coming up this year, and I will gradually filter them into this weekly. But there is one that I wish to especially flag up this week, and that is the Impact Meetup at Kalamazoo in Michigan on Saturday, September the 5th. It's being hosted by my dear friend Robin Heron, who is Carnivorous Grammar on Grandma on YouTube. It's the second one such event. It was a great success last year, and it's going to be a bigger success this year because there's a lot of us going. Many of us from the UK have got that in mind because we fly into Detroit and it is only 2 hours due west of Detroit. Exactly due west. It's a straight road. It's easy for us. And also, Detroit appears to be one of the less expensive destinations for us in the US of A. At the moment, myself and Lainey are planning to go. I've spoken to Stephanie about it, and there's a possibility she might be going. And I imagine that we will gather a bit of momentum behind it. Duncan and Louise have said that they're interested in going to the States this year, so we might see them over there. There's various other people as well, but Lainey and myself, it is our prime target for this year. And I can tell you that Dr. Kiltz will be there. He's confirmed that. It was quite funny the other day on the live. He said, "Elliot, am I going to Kalamazoo?" He didn't know himself. And Elliot said, "Yes, your book's in for Kalamazoo, Dr. Kiltz." So he will be there. And I was talking to the Healing Humanities team the other night, and the great Linda Vokey said that she has been invited to speak there. And then Kerry chimed in and says, "I'm going to, George." So Kerry Mann will be there. So if you want to meet some of the greatest people in the carnivore world, then the Dr. Kiltz and Kerry. I don't know who else will be there, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if other great names were there. Then please do come to Kalamazoo on September the 5th. Robin is very excited, and she will be delighted to see you. Whew, it's 46 minutes. This is the longest One Take Wonder I have done to date. So I'm going to wrap this up now, and I'm going to wish you all well, and I'm going to say that I will be back next Saturday with a less long One Take Wonder. But for the moment, I'm going to wish you all the very best of health, encourage you all to stay carnivore, try to motivate you and inspire you. And I'm going to go and rest my voice because I'm getting a bit rough in the voice. Anyway, so thank you so much for listening in, and I will see you soon.